What is going on, guys? We are battling Yayo in our battle number 81st battle, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. My name is Repel from youtube.com/user/RepelGames. Take a look at my team, guys. Take a look at it. That's right, it's an RU tier team. Give a huge round of applause to Rotom-C, Drapion, Hitmontop, Cofagrigus, Slowking, and Registeel, all entirely RU, I think, unless Smogan has changed it. You know, Smogan always changes up their tier like every 2 days. But Yayo has the Electivire, the Serperior, the Infernape, the Cofagrigus, the Slowbro, and that tortoise thing that I don't even want to say its name because I don't quite remember. But let's get right onto it. Yayo's gonna lead out the Serperior, and off the fucking bat, we already know it's a contrary Serperior. That's really fucking dangerous because Serperior obviously resists both my moves. So I'm gonna have to go for a full switch, get out of here, and hopefully he doesn't start setting up, but he probably will. So who am I gonna bring out? I'm gonna bring out the Registeel because Registeel will eat up a Leaf Storm really well, and not to mention I can paralyze it. But turns out it's not a contrary Leaf Storming Serperior, guys. It's a dual screen Serperior. Like, holy shit! I thought those things went extinct. I thought those Serperior went extinct, but here we are witnessing a dual screen Serperior. Yes, I got my rocks up though, that's kind of sweet, but at the same time my opponent has 2 screens up, and of course he has Glare. Of course, why wouldn't you? You know, Glare is so good in 6th generation now because it went from 75% accurate to 100% accurate. But at least I got my seismic toss up, and my opponent's gonna go into the Slowbro, and that's fine and all. Whatever. I actually went for the Thunder Wave, hoping that I can paralyze a Slowbro. Actually, no, I don't. I'd make a double switch here, and I really thought that perhaps the Cofagrigus was coming out. My opponent's Cofagrigus was coming out, simply because I was using seismic toss, and obviously Cofagrigus is immune to fighting moves. But hey, actually, it's all good because Cofagrigus and Slowbro is both weak to dark, but holy shit, this Slowbro takes the knockoff so fucking well. I am fully invested in tag, but that Slowbro still ate it up so fucking well. A stab knockoff, that's ridiculous. I decided to stay in and just go for Swords Dance, even though he did yawn me, simply because I do have the Lumberry. Anytime a Slowbro goes for a yawn, you know it's gonna like fuck you up in the butt. Like, you know that it's gonna start some shit, and in this case, the Slowbro is a calm-minding Slowbro. But I did stay in, eat my fucking Lumberry, and go for another knockoff. It's +2 now. It's not gonna do too much, but at least Slowbro can't really do too much. Yes, he can stay and he can go recover, but he is still a little bit threatened, and not to mention I did knock off his leftovers. But now I thought, okay, I gotta switch out now, because he can just switch me all day long. I actually went for the Rotom, hoping that maybe I can, you know, trick him to go for the either Calm Mind or Slack Off, because I can go for a trick and, you know, he's just basically stuck into a Choice Scarf. But I thought, no, I don't think he's going to go for a Calm Mind or Yawn this turn. Usually Calm Minds Slowbros have Ice Beam or Fire Blast, and I would not appreciate a +2 Ice Beam or Fire Blast with my Rotom-C. So actually I went to Cofagrigus, but turns out he actually did go for Yawn, so I really did wish I had stayed in with my Rotom-C and go for the trick to swap items with him. But that's all good, because I still land my Toxic, and that pretty much renders the Slowbro unable to go, you know, keep using Bulk Ups. I mean, not Bulk Ups, Calm Mind. Basically, Toxic is always good against bulky sweepers. Or, you know, any sweepers really, but especially bulky sweepers like Slowbro. He can't stay in and go for Calm Mind 6 times anymore, simply because I poisoned him. I switch out here now. I am, you know, asleep. Cofagrigus can't do too much, so I'm going to go to Registeel. And now my opponent is going to go for the Psyshock. It's +3, I think, or +2, but it still does absolutely nothing to his Registeel. So it turns out the Slowbro doesn't even have Ice Beam or Fire Blast. It only has the Scald and Psyshock. It's very strange. So actually, it doesn't really, it's not a huge threat to my Rotom-C as well, but regardless, he's switching out. He's gonna go to Cofagrigus. Now here I went for a Thunder Wave because I knew for a fact he's gonna switch out, but of course I get paralyzed. I thought I'd be so smart, you know, I'm gonna go for a Thunder Wave, even though his Slowbro was poisoned, but I knew for a fact he's gonna switch out. But nope, I get poisoned. Or I get paralyzed, but hey, it's all good. He goes for a knockoff. I mean, this whole battle is just knocking off every fucking thing, but at least I got my Thunder Wave up. It's pretty darn sweet. And I'm gonna get out of here now. And I'm gonna go into my Drapion, because I also know that my opponent's Cofagrigus is probably, yes, a calm-minding Cofagrigus. Usually these days, you see more offensive Cofagrigus than defensive ones. I mean, that's cool. I think offensive Cofagrigus is good, but I like to keep my Cofagrigus defensive. I'm gonna go for that Swords Dance, and luckily for me, my opponent is paralyzed. Not really sure what he could have done. Maybe he would have went for Will-O-Wisp, but thankfully he did paralyze himself, and I'm able to finish off that Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus does not take a knockoff as well as Slowbro. Now here comes the Serperior, and I'm thinking, the Serperior's gonna outspeed me. He could set up a shield, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for a Glare. I did eat my Lumberry and all, and I just set up Swords Dance, so I'm pretty sure my opponent's gonna go for a Glare. And luckily, electric types are immune to Glare. Despite that Glare is a normal type move, not an electric, but from this range, a Leaf Storm will destroy Serperior. So down you go, Serperior. Don't even come back up. Now here comes the Electivire. Obviously, Electivire can go for several things. He can go for Fire Punch. He can go for Ice Punch. But hey, I'm sitting at pretty sweet deal here. I'm gonna go into my Cofagrigus because I know for a fact he can't do anything to me. Even a Wild Charge coming from Electivire won't do too much. Not to mention, this is a great opportunity to wake the fuck up, Cofagrigus. But as you'll see, this Cofagrigus sleeps for like 5 fucking turns or some shit. Usually, you know, I sleep for like 2 or 3 turns, but this Cofagrigus will sleep quite a lot. He's not going for Wild Charge just yet. He's going to go for another Fire Punch. Not really sure why. I mean, it's better off, but I suppose he doesn't want to get that recoil damage. That's good and all. Because I'm just button mashing right now. I'm just button mashing Pain Split right now. Like, wake the fuck up, Cofagrigus, and my opponent actually gets a nice critical. I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of fucking dangerous. You need to wake up. You've been asleep for 3 fucking turns, man. You need to wake up. I can still live one more Wild Charge unless my opponent gets a critical. But I can still live it. I need to get that Pain Split simply so I can heal my Cofagrigus. Here comes the other Wild Charge. Is turn number 4, and guess what? Yes, I'm still fucking asleep. Asleep for 4 turns, not to mention my opponent got that nice crit, and now I'm unable to revive my Cofagrigus, but I think, you know what, I'm gonna wake up another turn. Simply because my opponent does have the Slowbro, I can always wake up and go for a Pain Split with the Slowbro. But he does go for that Wild Charge. What's great about Rotom is it's not immune to electric, but he resists it 4 fucking times. How great is that? So I'm gonna go for a Leaf Storm. From this range, I should kill. But actually, I don't. So I'm thinking this Electivire is probably invested in some HP. He goes for another Wild Charge, not really sure why. He could go for an Ice Punch or a Fire Punch. But here, I realized that I got him cornered, and that will be the end of it. Thank you, Yayo. That was a great and sweet, quick little challenge. If you guys like this RU team pit up against Yayo's OU team, please let me know by liking this video. And always, thank you all for watching, and have an awesome day.